golden silence. The warehouse had been closed for decades, sealed with rusted chains and forgotten beneath layers of dust and mold. Rain pelted the roof like a war drum, echoing through the skeletal frame of the derelict building. Inside, a flicker of failing light bulbs buzzed intermittently, casting shadows that twisted like specters across the concrete walls. Detective Lillian Crane stepped over the threshold of the condemned structure, flashlight in hand. The call came in at 2:34 a.m., another body, the third in as many weeks. This one was worse. Much worse. The victim, 19-year-old Jacob Holt, had been found dismembered, his limbs arranged in a macabre circle, his face twisted in a final expression of blind terror. And at the center of it all stood a mascot suit that should not have existed, Golden Bonnie. Its eyes were empty sockets, dark and cold. Yet Crane swore she saw something move behind them. 3 weeks earlier, teenagers had begun disappearing across Hurricane, Utah. Most vanished near the old Fazbear distribution center, long shut down after the franchise's dark history became too damning to ignore. Locals claimed the place was haunted. Kids dared each other to sneak in. The cops ignored the rumors until blood stained the floors. Lillian wasn't a believer in ghost stories. She believed in monsters, but the humankind, killers, predators, maniacs. But this was different. Each victim had 2 things in common. 1, they had recorded footage or taken photos in the warehouse. 2, their remains were found with yellow synthetic fur lodged in their throats, or beneath their fingernails. The kind used in mascot suits. And always nearby, either in security footage or grainy Polaroids, the silhouette of an animatronic figure with long ears, lanky limbs, and a mouth full of needle-like teeth. Not Bonnie. Golden Bonnie. A suit that had been officially decommissioned in the late 1980s after a spring lock failure led to the death of an employee. That suit had vanished. Until now. Old police files spoke of a man named William Afton. A man obsessed with life, death, and the line between. The co-founder of Fazbear Entertainment and the original technician behind the animatronics. When children started disappearing from Freddy's locations, Afton was the common denominator. But he had disappeared years ago. Some said he died in a fire. Others whispered he had become one with the machines he built. A cursed soul trapped in a metal coffin of his own making. Golden Bonnie, it turned out, was his favorite suit. "I designed him myself," he once said in an interview. "A private character, not for shows. Just for me. He's special." Now that suit stood at the center of every murder scene. But it couldn't be moving. It was just a costume. An empty shell. Wasn't it? Crane returned to the warehouse that night alone. She couldn't shake the feeling that something in that place wanted her to come back. The coroner had found human tissue inside the suit. Fresh, warm, impossibly intact given the lack of a living host. When she entered, the atmosphere was heavy, air thick with mildew and rot. Her flashlight scanned the room. Golden Bonnie was gone. Instead, there were tracks, clawed impressions in the dust, leading deeper into the dark corridors of the warehouse. She followed them. Every creak of the floor, every groan of the rafters above made her twitch. But then came the whispers. Faint at first, then louder, children's voices, laughing, crying, chanting nursery rhymes out of sync. "Ring around the rosy." A hand touched her shoulder. She turned, no one. Then she saw him. Golden Bonnie. His body moved like a marionette with broken strings, twitching, jerking, almost dancing. His head tilted. Mouth opened. A whisper leaked out. "Help me!" Crane stumbled back, her heart slamming against her ribs. "What are you?" The animatronic paused. Then in a deeper, rasping tone. "We are many. We are hungry, and you brought us home." Crane awoke outside the warehouse, blood on her hands, a deep scratch across her chest. She had no memory of how she got out. Back at the station, she reviewed her body cam footage. It was corrupted, just static and the occasional scream. But in one frozen frame, she saw her own face, eyes rolled back, mouth open. Behind her, Golden Bonnie, its hand inside her chest. It had touched her. Digging deeper into Fazbear archives, Crane uncovered secret files, records of test subjects, experiments, and reports from ex-employees who described being stalked by the Golden One. He wasn't just a suit. He was a prison. A shell for Afton's soul, trapped by the souls of the children he murdered. They kept him confined, but only barely. When kids visited the warehouse, it gave him strength. A reason to rise again. The suit moved on its own because it wasn't powered by hydraulics or electricity. It was powered by vengeance. And the cycle was repeating. Determined to end it, Crane returned to the warehouse one last time. She rigged the building with accelerants and brought a taser, cameras, and a modified animatronic chip taken from Fazbear archives. A deactivation protocol. She descended into the bowels of the warehouse, an underground testing site no one knew existed. There, chained to the wall, stood dozens of animatronic shells. Foxy, Freddy, Chica, and in the middle, a golden throne made of rusted metal. Golden Bonnie sat on it. He stood when she entered. The lights in his eyes blinked red. "You can't kill what's already dead," it growled. "I'm not here to kill you," Crane whispered, inserting the chip. "I'm here to bury you." She pressed the trigger. Screams, children and adults, filled the room as Bonnie convulsed, metal groaning and flesh sizzling. The animatronics wailed. The entire chamber shook. Crane ran, igniting the charges behind her. The warehouse erupted into flames. The blaze lasted 6 hours. Nothing was left but charred beams and molten metal. Authorities ruled it an accident. Crane was suspended for unauthorized investigation. But she didn't care. She believed it was over. Until, weeks later, a little girl in Utah received a birthday present in the mail. No return address. Inside, a plush toy with matted yellow fur and black, empty eyes. When she hugged it, it whispered something only she could hear. "Wanna play?"